Unit 8, Day 1, Polygons and Quadrilaterals. This is a definition of interior angles sum. What we're going to do is we're going to determine how many triangles can be drawn from any polygon. So we're going to start at the triangle. This is number 1. We are going to start at the vertex of the picture and go back around until we get back to the vertex. There we go. And the number of sides, we have 3. The number of triangles that we can draw, 1. What do we know? The sum of the interior angles, 180 degrees. So sum means total or all. That's all or total. Quadrilateral, I'm going to stand here, 4 sides. Clearly, I can see 2 triangles here. That's 1 triangle. Here's another triangle. How many sides? 4. How many triangles? 2. So the interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Take a look at the pentagon. If I stand here and connect to every vertex, I see 3 triangles, but a pentagon has 5 sides. 3 triangles, that's going to give us 540. Do you see a pattern here? Okay. Every time we go up in sides, we go up in triangles, and we go up in increments of 180. So hexagon is 6 sides. Triangles would be 4, and this would be 720. Now, for our last 4, we're not going to do the picture, but can we figure out how many sides a heptagon has? 7, octagon 8, nonagon 9, and decagon 10. So take a look that the number of triangles is going to be, look at that, 2 less than the sides. So 7 minus 2 is 5, so it's 5 triangles. 8 minus 2 is 6, 9 minus 2 is 7, 10 minus 2 is 8. So when we figure out how many 180s, this is going to be 5 times 180. And 5 times 180 is going to give us 900. 6 times 180 gives us 1080. And I'll let you fill out the last 2. So that brings us to some very important vocabulary. It says the sum of interior angles formula. So because it says sum, that's all or total. Here's our S for all or total. Here is our formula. The formula is n minus 2, put it in parentheses, and we're going to multiply it by 180. This just means however many triangles it can make, we'll multiply by 180. Voila. Now we're going to talk about the interior angle of a regular polygon. I want you to know that a regular polygon means all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. So all sides and all angles are equal. Now, if we want to find just one interior angle, what we're going to do is we're going to take the sum, which we found in number 1 at the top, and we're going to divide it by the number of sides. So let me go ahead and see if I can highlight this maybe. So the S up here for sum is going to be the S down here for sum. And what we're going to do is we're going to divide it by 180. If you don't like the way that is written, I'm going to rewrite it a different way. Or you can say n minus 2 times 180 is divided by n. So it means the same thing. So these are formulas that you will not be provided, so you're going to have to remember them. So question number 1 says find the sum of the interior angles of a 15-sided figure, which is a 15agon. Okay. So I want to get into the habit of figuring some things out. This is sum, and we're working with interior. So this tells our brain that we need all. So everywhere you see sum, we're going to say all. In interior, we need our interior formula. We need our interior formula. I like to do something like this, interior formula. Ooh, shaded in the interior. Okay, and so the interior formula, sum is equal to n minus 2 in parentheses times 180. Well, this n stands for the number of sides. Number of sides. In this case, they're telling us the number of sides is 15. So we're going to do 15 minus 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to multiply that times 180. So 15 minus 2 times 180. That's going to give us 2340. 2,340 degrees for all the angles inside of a 15-sided figure. Okay. This is optional here, but we're going to try to do a vocabulary check. We're going to make our brains recognize this vocabulary. So what we want to do is every time we see the word interior, let's circle that word and shade on the inside to recognize that it is the interior. When we see our special word that's exterior, we're going to circle it, but we're not going to shade it in. We're going to underline words each and some, so we'll know whether we're dealing with total or if we're dealing with one. Okay, let's just try it. So this one right here says, what is the measure of each? Well, each tells me 1. Interior, okay, interior you get, and you get a little shading for interior. Of a regular pentagon. Oh, wait a minute. A pentagon is a 5-sided figure. So off to the side, I know that n is equal to 5. I'm going for the interior angle. And so I know my interior angle formula. All of the angles, n minus 2 times 180. Let's figure out what all of them are. So 5 minus 2 times 180. This is 3 times 180, so my sum is 540 degrees. But it does not want all of them. They just want one, and that's why I underline that. So I need to go back and divide it by the total. How many sides in a pentagon? Well, it is 5. So when I do that, I get 108 degrees. Okay, next we're going to talk about exterior, the sum of exterior angles. So the exterior angles, first, they're going to be supplementary to their adjacent interior angle. But however, if we are going to find the sum of the exterior angles, all the exterior angles will come up to 360 degrees. So here we go. So here we have interior angles. Let me just go ahead and shade that so you can see. This is interior, interior, interior. However, this says sum of the exterior. So I'm going to put the exterior in green. That's this one right here, this outside angle right here, and this outside angle right here. Well, the good news, it's not a formula. All the exterior angles come up to 360 degrees. So the second question, we see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided figure. So, and we always want to figure out how many sides it has. So we have this 5-sided figure, and the question is, what's the sum of the exterior angles? Well, wait a minute. Didn't we say that for exterior and sum is 360? So just because they have numbers here and it's more sides, it doesn't matter. The answer is still 360. All right, so our conclusion is that the sum of the exterior angles of any problem is going to be 360 degrees. All right, so here we go. We're going to read carefully. What is the measure of each exterior angle of a hexagon? Well, first I know a hexagon has 6 sides. How does that help me? Well, it's just bringing back your vocabulary and going over it in your head. So what's the measure of each exterior angle? Well, as soon as my brain sees exterior, it goes to 360. So the sum of all exterior angles, I'll put EXT down here, is 360. But this isn't asking me for all of them, it's just asking me for one. So this is going to be 360 divided by the total, and that will be 360 divided by 6. And then you write 60 degrees. All right. If the exterior angle of a regular polygon measures 12 degrees, how many sides does the polygon have? As soon as my brain sees exterior, it goes to 360 degrees. So 360 degrees divided by 12. So this is going to give you 30 sides. And there's another way to do this, but I think this is the quickest and the most efficient, so this is what we're going to stick with. All right, so here's our practice. These are the formulas we have to remember. Okay, sum of interior, so that's a S is equal to n minus 2 times 180. Okay, interior angle of a regular polygon. So this one is going to be n minus 2 times 180, but we have to go a step further and divide it by n. The next one is going to be the sum of the exterior angle, so exterior and sum. Oh yeah, I forgot to shade the inside for it. Interior. How necessary is that? All right, so sum of the exterior, this one is always going to be 360. So check this one out. If you want the exterior angle of a regular exterior angle, as soon as your brain reads exterior, I need you writing 360. So this is going to be 360 divided by the number of sides, and that's going to give us the angle. Okay. The last one, the number of sides of a regular polygon. We have a couple of things that we can do. We can work it from the 360 angle. 360 divided by the angle will give us the number of sides. So I like this. 360 over the angle gives us the number of sides, and 360 over the number of sides will give us the angle. Pretty cool. Not a lot to remember. All right, so here's one. What is the sum of the measures of the interior angle? Get my shading on. I like it, interior. So that tells my brain, interior, n minus 2. Interior, get it? N minus 2 times 180. And the sum. What's the sum? What does that mean? They want all total. So S is equal to 27 minus 2 times 180. And that gives us 4,500. All right, so let's take a look at this. What is the measure of each interior angle of a regular 20-agon? Let's figure out what we know. We know that n, the number of sides, is going to be equal to 20. We know that it's interior, so we're going to use our n formula, n minus 2 times 180. We're writing down what we know, okay? We want the measure of each angle. So once we have the sum of them all, we can divide by 20. So here we go. 20 minus 2 times 180, all divided by 20. So here we go. 20 minus 2 is 18. 18 times 180 is 3,240. We divide it by 20, and we get 162 degrees. Go back and read the question. What is the measure of each interior angle of a regular 20-agon? Here we go. Reading through the problem, I see the word sum. I see the word interior. So as soon as I see that, I'm going to my n minus 2 times 180 when I see interior. So the sum of the interior angles of a polygon is 1620. How many sides does the polygon have? So my formula is S is equal to n minus 2 times 180. Well, take a look. They're already giving us the total, and the total is 1620. So what I'm going to do is, they did not tell me the sides, so plan on solving for this. But I'm going to put in 1620 for the total of the sum. So 1620 is equal to n minus 2 times 180. All right, you could distribute the 180 times n minus 2 if you like. I'm going to divide both sides by 180. It's the one of the proper steps that you can do. So once you do that, you get 1620 divided by 180 gives you 9. And then 9 is equal to n minus 2. So we'll go ahead and add 2 to both sides. And guess what? We find out that the number of sides is 11. What I like about this is if you look at our original formula that we kept starting with, n minus 2 times 180, when they give me the sum of the sides, the very first thing that I do, instead of multiplying by 180, check it out, I divide by 180. So it's like the inverse operation. What is the measure of each exterior angle of a 20-gon? It's number 9. I want you to do that and show it to me. And the last one, number 12, I want you to follow me. All right, so check it out. The thought process is how many sides does this have? It has 4 sides. Find out the total for all the angles. Even though they're not the same, we still can go with the total. N minus 2 times 180 gives us the total or the sum. Sides are 4. 4 minus 2 is 2, and 2 times 180 is 360. So what we're going to do is we're going to say this is equal to 360. So we're going to do 79 plus 110 plus x plus 55 equals 360. Go ahead and solve that and tell me what x is equal to.